Man, I'm still waiting wait until WandaVision is over so I can like just binge the whole first season, because I'm not getting ready to watch that one by one. It's not one of those things you can do. Not for that show. Anyway. Hello, and welcome to Hit the Rewind, where I deconstruct lyrics from my songs, talk about songs that I like, and give appreciation to wise wordsmiths. I'm your host, the diabolical daredevil of the double entendre, AJ Bayman, and today we're going to be breaking down lyrics from my song, Getting Over Depression, aka G.O.D. All right, the name of this song is called Getting Over Depression, aka G.O.D., and I'm just gonna jump right into it because the title is self-explanatory. So I start the song off saying, I shouldn't feel upset that I woke up today. Another one of those times I'm feeling hope delayed. So I'm talking about being upset because I woke up. Just being in such a state of depression that I wish that I didn't wake up. Like I just want to die. I wish that I didn't have to get up and do another day of life. That's really the way that I felt. Another one of those times it's another one of those times I'm feeling hope delayed. Because I'm hoping, that everything, that it'll just end like the way that I feel. I just don't want to be here no more. You understand what I'm saying? And so I go on to say, my therapist says to focus on the good, but before I take that advice, got to find a reason that I should. And so, oh man, I feel like, my therapist may have been frustrated at a point because everything that he said, that was positive, it might have felt like I had something negative to throw right back at him. And so in essence I was kind of like a sort of like Bizarro to his Superman. And so so they people are saying to you, focus on the good things. It's not always easy to just focus on something good, especially when in your mind, you don't have anything good to focus on or to look forward to. You understand what I'm saying? And so, it's like, it's easier said than done. It's not, nobody wants to be in a constant state of negativity. I don't think that that's anybody's desire, but when you really are in a place and you can't see your way out, it's hard to focus on good things. And so, we take for, good things that we take for granted. I woke up. Well, how can I feel good that I woke up when, I wish that I didn't? What is so good that's supposed to happen today that I should be thankful for? You know what I mean? Like, we kind of take for granted the, having the activity of our limbs, being able to see, being able to talk, being in the right mind, so to speak. I couldn't see none of that. Like it's like, oh yeah, okay, I get it, but it just wasn't, it just wasn't something that it was something that I was taking for granted, but definitely something that didn't seem positive enough for me to be able to have a good day or to be able to enjoy a day. And so I say, they say smile, you should have joy. Why can't I find it then? I'm asking the question. They say to smile, you should have joy. Why can't I find it then? I'm looking everywhere and I swear I don't know what it's hiding in. So I feel like I'm looking for joy. I feel like I'm looking for every reason to be able to be happy. I feel like I'm looking for every reason to be able to want to do life on an everyday basis, to want to find a reason to be, to stick around. Because in my mind at the time, I'm like, it just seemed like everybody would be better off if I if I weren't here. As crazy as that sounds, also as selfish as that sounds, it's really how I felt. I mean, I can't, I can't really sugarcoat that. That's just what it seemed like to me in my mind. And so I'm saying all I see is darkness in the daytime. I need light again. 12th round and I'm losing. I need a reason to fight again. It's like a boxer. It's like I'm in the 12th round. I'm already losing the fight on the, by the rounds, by the numbers. And so, you know what I mean? Like my only, I need a reason to fight again. And you know what I mean? Because anybody that knows boxing knows like when you're losing by rounds in the 12th round, all you can really do is hope to score a knockout, or to land a knockout. And so, that's where I was. And if you know boxing, you know a lot of times that's not likely, because the person who's winning is not going to put themselves in a position where they can get knocked out. Usually they're going to try to be, by that time they're going to be dodging. They're going to be, just doing things to kind of run the clock out, moving every which way that they can. It feels like I'm drowning inside of my own skin. Surrounded, I start losing my breath. I can't swim. And so it feels like I'm drowning inside of my own skin. I'm saying, like, in my mind, it feels like I'm being lost to my own negative thoughts. I'm drowning in everything that's going on around me. It seems like it's nothing positive, nothing good at all. And I can't swim. And fun fact, I can't swim. Like, I'm gonna have to change that one of these days. And so I'm saying, like, I'm feeling like I'm being overwhelmed. It feels like drowning, and there's nothing that I can do. So it's like being out in the middle of the ocean. Like, you're sinking, you're underwater. Of course, you know that you're not supposed to panic, but you're breathing in the water. So your lungs are filling up with water. You're coming to the realization, oh my God, I'm gonna drown. That's the way that I felt inside of myself, because in my mind, it just seemed like there was nothing that I could do to be able to stop myself from falling into where I was falling into. Surrounded, I start losing my breath. I can't swim. You ever seen them folks they call crazy? Yo, I'm them. Self-explanatory. So I'm going nuts at this time. My mind was on a trip. It can't tell you where I've been. My mind was on a trip. I'm basically, I'm just saying I'm out of my mind. It's tough. It's hard because it's like disappearing almost. Like you're not yourself for a long period of time. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, Ace Ventura, when they had gone to, why am I thinking about this? When they had gone to Ray Finkel's house, and his father said about the mother. He said the engine's running, but nobody's behind the wheel. That's kind of like the way that that I felt when I said my mind was on a trip. It can't tell you where I've been, and so I'm lost. Lord, help me find a way back. Lord, help me find a way back. And then when I'm praying that, I'm like, Lord, help me find a way back. How could I even pray that with Jesus disappointed every time he run the playback? And so every time I feel like I need to ask God for forgiveness, every time I'm reaching out, or I feel like I want to just try to come out of that state, I'm like, I look at myself and where I am, knowing that I shouldn't even be there. And I feel like so ashamed and so unworthy of forgiveness that I'm like, how could I even ask him at this point? I shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't even have gotten to the space that I'm in right now, mentally, physically. I shouldn't even be here. And so, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would he want to do anything to help me? And so that's what I mean when I say, how could I even pray that? With Jesus disappointed every time he runs the playback. Every time he looks at me, I just remind him of failure. That's what I feel like. But then he said he didn't care and just wanted some conversation, grabbed my hand, pulled me up, and then performed resuscitation. So, it's crazy. By the time, I was just at my, I can't even say I'm at my wit's end. I'm just like at a place where I just, I feel like I'm just going to break apart. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting ready to break mentally. I'm going to be out of my right mind completely. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't take this anymore. And so I'm really like just reaching out. I don't even know what, so I'm again at that point. I don't even know why would I have the audacity to ask God for forgiveness when, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the things that I'm feeling or going through is, you know what I'm saying, is because of me. I'm not here to put blame on anybody else. It's because of me. And so I'm like, why would he even want to forgive me? But he said he didn't care and then perform resuscitation. So earlier when I was telling you, I felt like drowning. I'm drowning inside of my own skin. Surrounded, I start losing my breath. I can't swim. He grabs me up out of that, and performs resuscitation, and I come back to life. You know what I mean? Like I come out of where I am, where I'm drowning. You know what I mean? Like he's performing CPR, and I'm, you know what I mean? Like and I'm back, just like that. And I know I suck at snapping, so you're gonna have to forget that. And so so that's it. That's the first verse. And so the next verse, the second verse, I'm coming in and I'm saying, you ever been to church and couldn't feel the spirit? The altar seems so far away, even though you're near it. I grew up in church, and so, you're kind of a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? You are what you continually do, and that's where I grew up. So that's that's what I knew to do was, was church. And so I was sort of functioning in a way that, the people around me didn't know a lot of the things that I was going through. The people around me didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like my everyday, my everyday life. Because, like you can't really tell what's going on with somebody by the look on their face. So I take that pretty seriously when people say, check on your friends. And of course, it's not just about asking somebody, are you okay all the time? Or, you know what I mean? Like maybe just, doing like a little bit extra. But of course, it's like, people don't know to do that. And so, when I check on my friends, I try not to come off as just being nosy, but really, just caring, or, because you really don't know what people are going through. And I mean, I didn't even, I don't want to veer off the path of the verse, but I think it ties in pretty well here. You ever been to church and couldn't feel the spirit? The altar seems so far away, even though you're near it. And so, the way that my church is configured, I'm literally like, I'm at where the altar is, you know, and so, but just couldn't feel anything, because even though I'm so close to the altar, I'm very, very far from God. And so, I'm saying the altar feels so far away, even though you're near it. The pills have me numb, but still feeling the pain. 5 heartbeats from death, in the flash, I'd be Eddie Kane. And so, by the pills have me numb, but still feeling the pain. It's a point at which I was kind of abusing prescription medication. And so, and to be able to function, I needed it. And just felt like I didn't want to feel like I felt anymore. And so to try to like numb all of that, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like anything that I could do to be able to not feel nothing, and to be able to function. And so it just, it didn't really work. After a while, I just said the pills had me numb, but still feeling the pain. 5 heartbeats from death, in the flash, I'd be Eddie Kane. And it's like I knew that if I kept going the way that I was going, that I was gonna die. You know, yeah. Wow. I mean, even thinking about it now, because I was so deep into where I was, like I can't even explain how, I mean, it only could have been God, I'll put it like that, to be able to get out of the circumstance that I was in. And so I'm saying in the song, nights like this, I wished I was what I preached about. And so I'm saying in the verse, nights like this, I wished I was what I preached about. I'd become somebody that I still don't want to speak about. It still hurts to look back on the person that I'd become. It hurt to know some of the relationships that I damaged, and at the time didn't care. But yeah, man. And so I wished I didn't think that it was even possible to get back. And this is what I'm saying, just piggybacking off of the first verse, I'm saying like I didn't think that I would be able to get to where I needed to be. I didn't think that I would ever that I would ever get there. The things that we preach about, and I wanted to be able to be that. I never wanted to be somebody that preached and then lived a different lifestyle than what they were preaching about. But there I was. That's exactly who I had become, was somebody that I never wanted to be. The person that I would have saw myself becoming the least is exactly who I was. So just like, we were kids and everybody, we was getting ready to play tag and everybody yells not it before they try to be not last, yelling not it, so that they don't have to be the one that's it. You know what I mean? Like, you the one that's it, especially when you slow, you feel like it's the end of the world. And so I said, nights like this, I wished I was what I preached about. I become somebody that I still don't want to speak about. This is not comfortable for me at all. But it is what it is. Sunday mornings came and I didn't even want to leave the house. Like, I didn't even want to go to church. I didn't want to walk into that. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to eat. You know what I mean? Like, a part of me felt like really ashamed. A part of me felt like, no, like, this is not going to work for me. Why do I continue to go? I don't feel nothing. At this point, I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even blame God. You know what I mean? Like, because I wouldn't rock with me neither. So, you know what I'm saying? I really felt like there was no purpose in going. Sunday mornings came and I didn't even want to leave the house. But I did. I ended up going anyway. Just kind of being present. But as soon as they touched my head for prayer, I wanted to scream and shout. And so I'm saying, like, feeling like the way that I felt being in that state of mind, it was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Again, like I said, I wouldn't rock with me neither. If I were God, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, you already did all of this stuff and you already knew better. Like, why do you think that you deserve forgiveness? That's, that's the way that, that I felt. And so, but when I got, but it was like, as soon as I made the step to step, to actually go to the altar for prayer, because at that point I felt like I got nothing to lose. It's like, it's like I just felt different this time. I said, as soon as they touched my head for prayer, I wanted to scream and shout. It's like almost, you know what I mean? Like, because it was like a last ditch effort on faith, God responded. And this time, when I said, like, when I told God that I was sorry and that I wanted to live for him and that I wanted to, I really wanted to be saved, and I didn't care about, like, these titles. I don't care about these people, like, none of that. Like, I just, I don't want any of this. I just want you. And so then I said in the verse next, I could feel Satan inside of me trying to hold on, suggesting I could only keep my salvation for so long. And I was very scared of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be in and out anymore. And so I'm saying, hopefully y'all can see that. And so I'm saying, but God said, trust in me and I'll show you where he is so wrong. He being the devil. So I already said that. So then I'm going to, and if you identify, this ain't just for me, this is your song. So saying, anybody that may have felt the way that I did, I can tell you that you can come out. I can tell you that God can bring you out because he brought me out. And you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people feel like they're the worst. They're the biggest sinner there is. Like, they're just, like, they're the most diabolical. But that's ridiculous. There would not have been no reason for for Jesus to die on the cross for all of these people except you. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like people go, oh, if I walk in the church, you know, it's like, no, the ceiling gonna fall down. And like, but you know that God can see you everywhere that you are. Like if something was gonna fall down, why would he wait until you came to church for the, you know what I mean? Like for things to collapse, or like it's just so bad. He's, you know, all of these thousands and upon thousands of years, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now he just sees something that you did, and all of a sudden he's appalled, as if he's not all knowing. I go on to say, I got advice to give you. Everything that you've been through, for how you fight and what you struggle with, you deserve a win too. So don't give up. I'm just asking you to consider seeing that person in the mirror as delivered. You know, I gotta go through to make sure, cause I don't be, hey man, this song is long. I don't remember every single verse all the time. I'm trying. I don't need your judgment right now. And so the last verse, I'm saying, I'm having trouble writing, couldn't stop the tears. That God would leave me by myself was my greatest fear. And I'm here to tell you, I actually at one point went to just went to the speech to text on my phone when I was writing this, because it just, I don't know, like just the gravity of the whole situation. It was really tough. It was not that it was hard to write, but just sort of, you know, reliving where I came from, where he brought me from was just, it just gets me. It still does. So I'm saying, I'm having trouble writing, couldn't stop the tears. That God would leave me by myself was my greatest fear, because everything that I did to him, he'd have been justified to say, but he said, I'll never leave you. That's why I sent my son to die. So now I'm saying, imagine being redeemed after feeling forever lost. How he knew everything you do and still paid whatever it cost. Like, imagine being like the terrible person that you feel like you are or were or whatever. Imagine doing all the things that you could have done, tried everything that you could have tried that you knew not to or knew to stay away from. And he still made a way for you to be able to be forgiven. Like he already had in his mind, like he already knew that you were going to do that stuff. And even knowing that you were going to do it and that you made the choice to, he still chose to love you. That really hit me. And that's me being in the church forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the years I've been alive, but it never, you know what I mean? Like it really was just another thing that I took for granted. Some, like the way that, you know, we just take for granted that we're going to wake up and be able to breathe, or we're going to be, you know what I mean? Like, and of course, with COVID hitting and everything, like people are sort of looking, they're more looking to be more thankful, just for the little things. And I'm saying, like, this is all the stuff that I took it for granted. He said, I'll never leave you. That's why I sent my son to die. When I, like, why would you do that? So I go on to say, imagine being redeemed after feeling forever lost. How he knew everything you do and still pay whatever it costs. All them times I hit him with the Frankie, did it my way. So all them times I hit him with the Frankie, did it my way. He was strength. Well, I guess for the children, that's Frank Sinatra. He was strength when I was weakened. Like he came through on a Friday. So I'm just, Friday, weekend state, whatever. Just super dope bar, whatever. But we gonna move on. I found the will to live when I realized that I was destined. to serve God and teach his people how to beat depression. It's David to Goliath, so victory's not a question. So that's how David should have been no match for Goliath. And I'm not even getting ready to get into the specifics of that story. You know the story of David and Goliath. If you don't, there's this book that you can go ahead and read. There's even an app that you can download. It's called the Bible. So David to Goliath, he just looked like he shouldn't have been able to win that fight, but he did, and it was never a question in his mind. And so I'm saying it's David to Goliath. So victory's not a question. He said, "Greater is he in me." You can't sing. You can't. He said, "Greater is he in me." You can't name nothing that he's less than. So, from suicidal to thankful for my survival, an off-the-wall thriller of a story like a Michael. From suicidal to thankful for my survival. From just from wanting to die. From attempting to do things. Oh, Jesus. Y'all, man, listen. To go from the mindset that I was in to a place, and this is a place I never thought that I'd be, but I was there. To being thankful, you know what I'm saying? Like, to being on the other side of that and being thankful that I survived it, to be able to look back and be like, yo, I was really tripping. I never thought that I would make it to that point. There was never a time when I thought that, yo, I'm going to be able to make it over this. And then I'll be looking back and saying, wow, I thank God for bringing me out of this thing here. I never thought that. That's not where I saw my life ever. So to have been there and to be able to get over that and to look back and say, wow, like God has really brought me from a long way. I mean, and that's an understatement. It's crazy to me. An off the wall thriller of a story like a Michael Jackson, off the wall thriller. You get it. Keep the wordplay. This transparency comes from not wanting to be prideful, not being too ashamed to tell my story. There are some, the story is very nuanced. It's detailed, all of which I couldn't fit in this video, but which I don't have time to do it now, but eventually I will. But it's the point of, what's the point now of not being transparent? It is what it is. I did what I did. I've seen what I've seen. I've been where I've been. I'm not there anymore. So this transparency comes from not wanting to be prideful. So this testimony will go wherever I do. I'm telling it. So, and I don't know if y'all heard that last. I said I'm telling it, not I'm telling it. I don't know what just happened just there, but I'm telling it. So that is my song "Getting Over Depression," aka G.O.D. Thank you.